Hello guys, welcome to another screencast. In this one we will be learning about how to solve one-step linear equations that involves rational coefficients. That means they have fractions in there. So please be ready and stay focused. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Right now, the goal when solving equations that contain fraction is the same as when working with other kinds of numbers, to isolate the variable on one side of the equation. In last time, we learned about how to solve one and two-step equations that had integers. The goal was to have the variable on one side. Same thing here, nothing has changed. The only thing is we are dealing with fractions. Let's go ahead and start with this example. Write the answer we need to solve for x. Write the answer in simplest form. Since we are dealing with fraction, we usually would like the answer to be in simplest form. So let's go ahead and see the steps for solving. This is x minus 3/7 equal 5/7. Like last time, we need to ask ourselves the exact same questions. What is the variable? The variable in this case is x. Okay, what operation is being done on the variable? In this case, it will be subtraction. And how do we undo that subtraction? We need to add. So instead of subtracting 3/7, we are going to do the inverse operation, which will be to add 3/7 on both sides. So once we add 3/7 here and we add 3/7 to the 5/7, then the 3/7 over here, they will cancel each other out. That's 0. Okay, those are still opposites. Negative 3/7 plus 3/7, those two guys are opposites. They will cancel each other out. And then we just add the fractions normally. In this case, since the fractions have the same denominator, we just go ahead and just add them. 5 plus 3 is 8, so we get 8/7. Or we can change it to a mixed number to 1 and 1/7. Okay, once again, we are still working backwards. Do not be afraid because these are fractions. Okay, it's like saying x minus 3 equal 5. Alright, how do we undo it? We add 3 on both sides. Same thing here, except it is a rational number, not an integer. So here we have to follow the exact same step of undoing. We need to add 3/7 on both sides. Here is another example. 4/9 plus 3r equal negative 1/2. Again, same questions. Where is the variable? It's over here. The variable is r. What operation is being done on the variable? In this case, only one. And we are adding 4/9 to the variable. So how do we undo this adding 4/9? Again, opposite of addition will be subtraction, and we go ahead and we subtract 4/9 on both sides. Once we subtract 4/9, these guys will cancel each other out, and we do negative 1/2 minus 4/9. Again, here we need, because we are subtracting, so these need to have the same denominator. So this will be r. Now why we only put r here? Because 4/9 and negative 4/9 cancel each other out. It's like saying a 4 minus 4. We know that's 0. Same thing, 4/9 minus 4/9 cancel each other out. So here we need to find the common denominator. LCD in this case will be 18, and then we rewrite them. Negative 9/18 minus 8/18, and then we add them. We subtract them normally by following the rules for subtracting integers. So this will be negative 9 minus 8. Same sign. We add and we get negative 17 over 18. Okay. Let's go ahead and do one more example. So once again, the exact same step. Here we need to subtract 4/9 on both sides. The only reason why this is a little bit more complicated, because we are dealing with fractions. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys another way to do this, where we can actually get rid of the fractions and turn this whole turn this whole equation into just only dealing with integers with no fractions. So let me go back so we can so I can show you. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. Let's change the ink color to let's use blue. Alright, so here we know the LCD because I'm adding. I will be ending up doing some addition or subtracting fractions. So let's go ahead and get rid of the fractions by using their LCD. The LCD we already know of 2 and 9 and 1. Remember, this guy is actually over 1. Don't forget that. 1, 2, and 9, the LCD will be 18. So what we can do is to multiply 4 9ths by 18. So we do 4 9ths times 18, and also multiply negative 1/2 times 18. Okay, and then also r over 1 times 18. Okay, so what's going to happen here, let's go ahead and solve these. So 9 cancel, 18 turn into a 2, and 4 times 2 is 8. Negative 1/2, this will be negative 9. Okay, don't forget our negative sign. And r over 1 times 18 will be 18r. Do you guys see that? So all I did was multiplying everything in the equation by the LCD. So now my 4 9ths, which is this one, turn into 8. See that? How nice. My r turn into 18r, and my negative 1/2 turn into negative 9. So now this look like regular equations, and then we can just go ahead and solve them into a two, except this one will turn this into a two-step equation. But anyways, we're not dealing with fractions. So here we will go ahead and subtract 8 first. We have 18r. Negative 9 minus 8 will be negative 17. Then divide by 18. These guys cancel. Let me put a line here. Okay, these guys cancel each other out. Bring down 18r. Next step will be to divide by 18. And r is equal to negative 17 over 18. See, we still get the same answer as we did from before, but this technique is actually useful when you guys move on to algebra 1 and algebra 2, where you will be really dealing with rational numbers, not little fractions only, with variables and everything in there. So this technique make it a little easier in getting you guys ready for upper level mathematics. So in this case here, we use the LCD to simplify the equation, to get rid of the fractions and just turn everything into regular numbers. Okay, and then we just solve it normally. And of course, if our answer was going to be a fraction, our answer will end up being a fraction anyways, regardless which way we do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next example. And it doesn't matter which style you guys decide to use, it still will be fine. Alright, so here we have x minus 3/8 is equal to 7/8. Now this one I'm not going to go ahead and change it to a to get rid of the fractions because they have the same denominator. So that one is actually easy to do. So let's go ahead and do it. So variable again is x. We are subtracting 3/8 from x. So let's go ahead and undo this by adding 3/8 on both sides. Alright, now 3/8, negative 3/8 and positive 3/8 cancel. Again, these are opposites. We're left with x is equal to same denominator here, so we don't have to change anything. 7 plus 3 is 10, and we have 10/8. And you can actually reduce this. Divide by 2, and we get 5/4. And if you want, you can also change this to 1 1/4. Alright, very easy, right? Simple. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so now we are going to have the one that actually contain multiplying. So we need to remember this word multiplicative inverse. Remember we learned about that earlier in the semester, but now we are actually going to get to see it. I kind of mentioned it throughout the semester, but now we really need to know what multiplicative inverse property is. It says that the product of a non-zero number and its reciprocal or multiplicative inverse is 1. Okay, so if I have 4/5 times and then I flip it around, remember the reciprocal, I flip it and I multiply them, my answer will be 1. Why? Because 5 and 5 cancel, 4 and 4 cancel each other out, and we're left with 1. Alright, so here's an example. This is 3/8. 3/8 of x is equal to 1/4. Now, usually, what operation is this, guys? This is multiplication. Usually, how will we undo multiplication? We have to divide, right? So, I will have to do 1/4 divide by 3/8, and then I have to follow the rule for dividing by a fraction, and we'll do 1/4 times 8/3, right? But we are moving on to a higher level, so we no longer are going to say we are going to divide by 3/8. We are going to say we are going to multiply by its reciprocal. So we are going to skip this step and go straight to the second step. When the fraction is written, we say we multiply by its reciprocal, which will be 8/3. Okay, because we really want to cancel out the 3/8 here, so if we multiply by its reciprocal, it will turn to 1. So the 3's cancel, the 8 cancel, we're left with x is equal to 1/4 times 3/8, and then we go ahead and solve this. Now 4 cancel, and 8 turn into 2, and we get x is 2/3. Okay, so once again, when the fraction is written like this, we multiply by its reciprocal. We do not, technically, we are really dividing by 3/8 when we get over here, but we all know the rules, like I showed you guys for division, we actually multiplying by the reciprocal. Alright, here's another example. Here we have 4y equals to 8/9, and we need to solve. Now, we can say we are going to divide by 4 here. So instead of saying we divide by 4, remember this is 4/1. Another way to write 4y is because it's 4/1 y is equal to 8/9. Okay, so here what we want to do is to put this over 1 and then multiply by its reciprocal, which will be 1/4. Now, if the 8/9 was just regular integer like 8 or 28, it wasn't in fraction form, we could just go ahead and divide by 4. But since we are dealing with fraction, we want to make sure we keep everything consistent. So here we'll multiply by the reciprocal of 4, which will be 1/4, and the 4's cancel, the 1 cancel. Y is equal to 8/9 times 1/4. Again, 4 cancel, 8 turn into 2, and we get 2/9. Again, any questions, please post them on Edmodo as you watch these. Alright, please go ahead and try this and then come back and see how it's done. Alright, welcome back. So here we have negative half of x equals 5/8. So what we want to do here again is to get rid of that negative half is to multiply by its reciprocal, which will be -2/1. Don't forget the negative. Alright, 2 cancel, 1 cancel, and here we're left with x is equal to 8, 2 cancel, 8 turn into -4, and we get -5/4. Okay. Again, we are just following the exact same rule for multiplying and dividing integers. Alright, this is another one. Try this one by yourself. And here is the answer. Okay, moving on. Try this one and then come back and then I'll show the answer. Alright, so here remember we need to multiply by the reciprocal here, which will be 3 over 2 times -3/2. Everything cancel. And the answer will be either -9/8 or -1 1/8 is fine. Try this one. And here is the answer. Again here, 4, this is actually 4 over 1. So we want to multiply by 1, -1/4 on both sides. Okay, and then here goes the rest of the steps. Alright, go ahead and try these by yourselves and then come back and get the answer. Remember, you guys will have a short quiz, 5-question quiz on this on Edmodo that you also have to turn in. So please practice. And then when you are ready, then you can go ahead and take the quiz. Alright, welcome back. Here goes the answers. Number 1 was 1. 2, 5 over 32. 3, 1 5/7 or 12/7. And number 4, 16/9 or 1 7/9. Again, any questions on how to actually solve these, send the postal questions to Edmodo so that your peers can help you and I can also answer your question as well. Well, that was it for today, and next time we'll be doing 2-step equations that have integers. So please practice 1 step. Make sure you are very comfortable before we do that one and get ready for class. Thank you. That was it for today. Have a good one. Bye-bye.